Hi everyone. Today in this video we are going to understand how to read a financial statements. Warren Buffett has once mentioned, okay, and many a times if you have seen the big investors, okay, they always say that financial statements are the language of the business. So if you want to be into business or grow your business or invest in a particular business, you need to know how to read a financial statement to take and make informed decisions. Okay. Now, what are financial statements? Just to start with a basic understanding and introduction, we all know what are financial statements, but just to give you a heads on that it is going to talk about obviously the balance sheet. It is going to talk about the income statement, okay, wherein we see the assets, the liabilities, the profit made by a company. So the three most important components, okay, balance sheet, income statement, we all know. What we don't know, some of us, is about the cash flow statement. Okay, cash flow statement is also one of the most important statement when I talk about financial statements. Okay, so balance sheet gives you today's date net worth or worth of the company. Income statement talks about the profit earned during the year, and cash flow basically takes the look at the cash position of the company. Okay, so let's start with the balance sheet first. Okay, when I'm talking about the balance sheet, we talk about assets, liabilities and equities. Okay, so we are basically talking about assets, liabilities and equities. In which form? Okay, assets, again, there are assets which are of two types: current assets and we have non-current assets. Okay, so assets which can be converted or which can be realized into cash within a year's time, less than a year's time, then we will term them as a current asset. And those which can have be paid after a year's time, where there is a particular policy, description, accounting standards, etc., everything which we follow, and it has a lifespan of giving us the fruits and benefits for more than a year, okay, then we will say they are non-current assets. Same thing goes even for liabilities. Okay, so liabilities, we have current liabilities and we have non-current liabilities like debentures, bank loans, etc. Shareholders equity is the third component, where we talk about equity share capital, the profit retained by the company. Okay, so always it is the equation which is known as the balanced equation, okay, which says that the assets, okay, total assets have to be surely equal to be your total liabilities, that is your outside liabilities, okay, plus your shareholders equity. Okay, shareholders equity, then only it is, that is why it is termed as balance sheet as on the given date. Okay, now see, there is this illustrative balance sheet I have given over here. Okay, in this PDF there is one balance sheet which they have given, consolidated financial statement. Financial statement as per all the companies and standards which we follow, even of a foreign company, Indian parent company, Indian foreign subsidiary, etc. Now the financial statements are always in a comparative format. Okay, so when you see comparative format means what? They will give you the current year and they will give you the previous year. Okay, previous year and the current year, so that you can compare it easily. So when I see my assets, I start with my current assets. It can be started with non-current assets also, but say here it is started with current assets. So immediately I can say that in 2018 the assets were, assets from 2018 has now increased and it has increased over here. Receivables and payments have decreased. Okay, investment securities has decreased. Cash and short-term deposits have also decreased. So I can immediately see the difference. Same thing I can do with the non-current assets also, like property, plant, equipment, a long-term asset. Okay, non-current assets, if we see, again here it has decreased. Okay, then investments, It is a new investment, so it has increased. Loans receivable has increased. So likewise and so on and so forth, same thing we can do it for liabilities, and then we do it for capital also, to see what has happened in the capital, whether share capital has increased, decreased, what are the retained earnings, etc., whether the company is making profit or no. Okay, so this is one very important thing to understand, that the financial statements are always now done in a comparative format. So even we need to learn how to read it in a comparative format. Okay, now okay, other assets, we can have some assets which are intangible in nature. We can have some assets which are goodwill, some unearned and deferred revenue. These are all different types of assets which, as per the nature of the company and as per their operations, it can and cannot be there. Okay, now see, these are the liabilities. Again the same example with the help of the liabilities. If you see current liabilities, non-current liabilities, in the form of comparison 2018 2019, easily we can compare and see that liability here has decreased, here it has increased, tax payable has also increased, deferred tax liability has decreased, borrowings have increased. So you go at particular note, and you every particular heading has a note which has been explained as to from where these numbers and figures have been arrived. And there can be other liabilities which are named as contingent or commitments in the future. If that obligation has to be completed by the company, they do not appear as a figure in the balance sheet, but they appear as a notes below the balance sheet. So you should check whether there are any contingent court lawsuit, any commitments which a company has done for making a new building, or any lease commitment, etc. Okay, now see this statement of a shareholder's equity. Right, statement of a shareholder's equity, balance as on 1st of July and then balance as on 30th of June. So their opening is July and year ending is June. They start in 2017 1st July and closing is on 30th July. Generally we follow the financial year which starts from April till 31st of March. Some of them follow 1st January to 31st of December. Okay, so it depends. Generally as per the standard balance sheet, if you see the year, you see it is the financial year. So whatever will be the profit, opening profit, then there will be certain unrealized gains or investments. There are certain gains which are done due to the transactions in foreign currency. Okay, so there is some profit due to the currency change, conversion, or every dividend paid or payable, everything is added, and at the end you get the last whatever is your shareholders equity on that day. So number of shares, how much is your total share capital, capital reserve, retained earnings, translation reserve, etc., you give a total equity. Now coming to see this, there are certain shares which is known as common shares and some are known as preferred shares. Okay, one second. Okay, so that was about the balance sheet. Now talking about understanding the income statement and the cash flow. Okay, now income statement will always be again in three main sections, like in balance sheet 3 sections: assets, liability, shareholders equity. Income statement 3 sections: revenue, expenses, and profit and loss. Okay, so everything we have to understand. Okay, so basically what are your revenues, what are your gains, other revenue is basically the turnover. Okay, your business, what business you are doing, the revenue generated from the business, any other type of gains. Okay, so you have total revenue. If you are into manufacturing, etc., or you are into trading about a product, so cost of goods sold, administration expenses, losses, you get other expenses, total expenses, you remove the tax and you get your net income. Okay, so now see this income statement again in a comparative format. So you, where as a shareholder or as an investor, I would like to see, okay, revenue has actually increased. Good. Cost of sales increased proportionately, okay, the direct expense to generate this particular revenue. Gross profit is one of the most important figure, because from the gross profit you get all these operating expenses which are deducted. So you have profit, whether this business is going to be there or not, going concern or not going concern, you'll be able to see with the help of the profit. Okay, then that profit, you attribute that profit to for paying off any dividend or for non-controlling interest. What is that profit? Who are the partners for that particular profit? You even mention that. Okay. Now, cost of goods sold, cost of sales include three major expenses: direct labor, direct material, and direct overheads, okay, which are directly attributable to amount of revenue you generate. Selling, general, and administrative expenses are those expenses which are a part of your profit and loss statement, which occur yearly, okay. And then you have gains and losses. Now coming to the cash flow statement, okay. Now, why is cash flow statement very important? Because we follow accrual system of accounts. Accrual system of accounts means what? That even if today I have sold the goods, okay, sale has happened, I have given service, okay, so sale has happened, I have sold my goods, but I have not received any money. I have sold goods on credit. Accrual system says what? Whether you are receiving money or no is not important. A transaction has been done. You have to pass a journal entry and record this transaction. So, of course, in my revenue, this will be shown that I have done a sales of 100 crore. Just a wide example, okay, 100 crore. But that revenue, this particular sale, I will have to pay the taxes, the GST today. My cash is going to move out from my business today, okay. So most of the investors emphasis themselves on reading the cash flow statement to understand how liquid is the company, how much money actually are they having. Because I will show that I have bought a plant and machinery, okay, or I have sold a plant and machinery. Now that person is unable to pay me, okay. So that sale is being shown, that product have been sold, that is shown in the revenue, or I have invested in a particular plant and machinery and that is showing in the assets, okay. But what is my cash flow? Am I having that much enough liquid cash? So cash flow gives you three major cash flow decisions. First is operating, second is investing, and third financing. So how much cash is generated or you have it in hand due to operational activities, means due to your business, actual business, is shown with the help of operating cash flow. So revenues and expenses that have been collected and paid during the year. So anything which is non-cash, which we include in P&L, depreciation, amortization, transfer to other reserve, that reserve, this reserve, all non-cash expenses are removed. Actually, how much you have paid and received due to your operations will be your cash from operating activities. Whether it is positive or negative, that the investor will see. Next is your investing activity. When you buy or sell your non-current assets, okay, which is not a part of your business. You are buying a property, a land, building, equipment, okay, you're doing some business acquisitions. So you're doing, this is your investments in the business. And last is your financing activities, wherein you have, say you have taken money by issue of shares or issue of debentures, or you have paid some borrowings, or you have paid some bank loan, okay. So that will be shown as your financing activities. So you will have opening and closing. So financing activities, investing, operating, everything we will have as a whether how much cash is generated, okay. So during the year, you add the opening, you get the closing in case of cash flow statements. So cash flow statement is a very, very important statement nowadays. Generally there are two ways: direct method, indirect method. Mostly indirect method is followed, wherein you adjust your profit. You take your net income from the P&L and you start adjusting that net income with the help of all non-cash expenses. You add them back. Okay, you add all your non-cash expenses and you add back the working capital changes and do the adjustments. You get the cash from operations. In case of investment activities, you do cash in, cash out due to investment activities. Okay, so if you are purchasing an equipment, your cash will move out. If you are selling an equipment, your cash will come in. Right? Same thing with financing activity. You get net movement in the cash. So this is an indirect method. An indirect method, actual cash paid to the suppliers and received from the customers is taken into account. Right? Key elements. Okay. We come to know what actually the business is doing in operations. Okay, because operating activity is an activity which I will see in order to know whether this company will be able to sustain itself in future, right? Because otherwise I'm selling an asset and I'm making huge profit, and that I have incurred, I have included in my P&L, and therefore my profit is showing very nice. All that now the investors are not interested in, and as you also should be knowing how to read this. How much changes you have done in working capital, your property plant equipment investment is, whether you're using it, whether it is a proper expenditure done. Okay, so cash flow gives you all this understanding. So balance sheet, P&L, yes, very much you should know how to read your balance sheet and P&L, but you have to understand this also. So now every generally every item of the balance sheet and of the income statement will always have a note attached to it. Okay, so they will always mention refer to note 2.1 or 2, or refer to note A. So there you have to go and you have to mention what, and you have to read what all is there in assets. Say non-current assets, they have said note 9. Go to note 9 and see what all is there in their assets. Okay, you will be able to understand accounting policies, how inventory and investments are valued, breakdown of investments, debt and financial, what from where you have taken this financial loan, how your revenue is recognized, everything, income tax, everything you'll be able to understand when you go and see the notes. Okay, then there are certain ratios which they mention. This ratios is for particularly for investors to do the fundamental analysis of the balance sheet. Now I cannot sit over here and do the analysis that what is your net profit margin, how much did you increase from last year to this year. So basically they give you all this payout ratios and gross profit margin ratios in order to understand the position of the business in a comparison format. And with this you will always be able to read the financial statement and annual report, which where annual report you have letters to the shareholders, they give you a business description, then they give you a management discussion analysis, internal controls, audit report which is attached, very important audit report. Okay, then balance sheet, income statement, and see cash flow here. Notes to the earning per share and earning per share listing of directors of the company. Okay, so as a compliance and as per to do a business well, or where you as a businessman, okay, as a director, if you're taking some strategic decisions, you are supposed to know how to read a financial statement of other companies, understand and your company in order to get those ratios also in place. Okay, thank you so much everyone. I hope this video was useful to you all. Try to read a financial statement and see this video alongside of it. You will be able to understand the position of the business very well. Thank you everyone. Bye.